Loves 1010 as I start this. If you're new here, my name is Joey. I'm an energy channel and an intuitive. Oh, we're just gonna let that one be. All right, well, I'm just gonna get a daily message going today. It's been a minute since I post. I've just been doing lots of things, just been living life, and I'm not forcing anything. So, oh, very much. Okay, so I'm feeling very much like there's this energy of receiving. There's so much an energy of receiving. It's also about giving. We got the Six of Pentacles coming out here. And for me, this is really about giving and receiving wealth. That's how I'm feeling. That's like what it is. It's coming through today for the specific collective. And I feel like there is just this sense of like there's going to be blessings coming in. It's most likely going to be in the form of monetary gain is what I see. I see this as very much being a time to receive. There's so much receiving energy. And I feel like there's this sense of like being almost like hard up, like maybe frustrated about money, wondering like what you're gonna do, how you're gonna handle these things. Know that doesn't serve you. Okay, sit, like kind of take a breath back and like bring yourself into receiving, bring yourself into love, bring yourself into harmony. Okay, because this Eight of Swords energy that's coming through, this immobilization trapped, and I do believe that it's by finances. And I feel like some of you you might even be around people who are able to give, and it might even almost trigger you in a sense because you want to be in that position. You want to be able to be the one giving. And so I think that's a large part of your lesson right now is to literally be able to receive. Okay. So I feel like those feelings, once you surrender and just allow yourself to actually receive, I feel like that is really how you're going to escalate yourself out of this Eight of Swords energy, which can be a very redundant, very tiring energy. Okay. Yeah. I feel like this could definitely be, and for some of you, maybe it's someone who's even younger than you that is going to be the one helping you, potentially could be coming in from a water sign. But there's very much this energy of like you've put out these manifestations. You put out these manifestations and you're kind of just chilling, waiting for it. But I feel like there's almost a sense of like you're like waiting for the shoe to drop. But the universe is letting you know that these blessings are coming. Mm-hmm. Ooh, what's that? Yeah, and I feel like at the end of underneath this, I feel like underneath this, like you are being like called and led to discovering like a new layer of yourself. And I feel like there's just this aspect of like pulling a mask off, maybe like a mask that you've put on to protect yourself that really isn't even in alignment with your divine inheritance, like with your fully blissful, like your happy ending. Like there is an aspect of yourself that you are being guided to release right now through this process. Yeah, and you are meant to just trust this. You are totally meant to just trust this and just flow, and it's like it's part of the fool's journey. And I feel like this is really kind of resonating with what I've went through over the past few months. And it's like I've said it before on here, but I tore my ACL, so I was like unable to work, so I had to receive. I had to just receive instead of being the one paying and doing and just all that. I had to just sit back and receive. So it's very humbling. But I do believe like this is leading you towards abundance. And I think that there is just this aspect of leaning on other people and not being afraid to really receive in the same way that you've given in the past. Also, there could be like a message coming through or mirrors coming through from water signs that are really going to show you these masks. Okay, so if you've been getting triggered by a water sign, if you've been getting triggered by someone with water in their main three, just embrace it. Embrace it and really look at what is triggering you, because those triggers and those masks being ripped off are leading you towards this abundance, this full circle, happy ending. So I do also see this, as potentially someone could be coming in, or if you are already in a relationship, there could be like a renewed sense of harmony. But also I do see like some of you, I see some of you maybe had thought that you had had the perfect relationship, but you know, upon closer look, I feel like you're realizing that maybe some of the people were wearing masks, and you've decided almost to be that single baddie, okay? And so now you're just kind of focusing on your abundance, because I feel like there is so much mirrors and reflections in relationships. Yeah. And so for that specific collective, you are heading into safer waters. You are being led by spirit. And there is just a sense of, again, trusting where you're being led before you even know it. Because that's really what the fool's journey is about. You know, it's like they're just jumping off the cliff with the umbrella, hoping that they're going to land safely. Knowing, it's really not even about hope. It's about knowing that the universe has your back, to me. Yeah, and being patient, because this is all part of the divine plan. This is very much like a divine timing card. It's temperance here. Um, but I do see this as like an alchemization, and it's like a part, it's really reminding me of like pulling off that mask and getting to the bottom of who you really are. And I'm hearing your true essence. Your true essence. Some of you are literally like developing or gaining your angel wings, like in the physical. Yeah. And this is justice, okay? This is what you asked for. This is what you manifested, and it's being called in. So there's this aspect of, again, expecting and calling in that outcome, but even when it's not like necessarily immediately making sense, to trust that this is really where you're being led, and there's a sense of surrendering to the universe, okay? And I feel like some of you may even feel like you're being breadcrumbed, you know, throughout this process, and it's making you feel trapped. But that mentality is just a painful, limiting perspective that you are meant to let go of. Okay. And for a lot of people, that's really not an easy message to let go of. That's not easy programming to overwrite for some people. You know, I don't even really like to say that out loud, because I feel like even speaking that into existence programs it more. But speaking from a lot of the people who are going to need to hear this message, that is what you need to hear, I feel like. And at some point, you're really going to be so frustrated, so uncomfortable with it, that you genuinely are going to let go and flow. And you're going to understand. And it's usually at the moments where we feel the most defeated, where we genuinely cannot hold on to that way of being anymore, because it's literally killing us. Okay. And that's when we are finally able to just let go and release ourselves. And that's usually when the universe is able to like fully take the wheel, okay, and show us, because we are then open to receiving, because we are not trying to fight it anymore. There's just this very stubborn energy. Yes, exactly, with the Four of Pentacles coming out. There's a very stubborn energy at play here. And it's like very much, what are you holding on to? There is so much clinging to, and it's like, and it's a way of being, it's a way of thinking. Show me more, Spirit. Yeah, and I see this as winning at all costs almost. I feel like, and there's a sense of like walking away when things get challenging. Walking away when things get challenging, but furthermore, what else is this, Spirit? What else is this? I feel like some of you, you know, it's like charging forward into things that you know are unfulfilling, or things that have already proven to abandon you before. Yeah, it's charging into relationships and situationships that have already abandoned you before, when there's new love coming in, and it's time to really focus that love inward. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, period. Spirit's bringing that in, baby. Yeah, and I feel like there's just a sense of like really focusing on your bag right now. And but there is this level of like balance, you know, and it's being mindful of where you're putting your energies. And so I feel like right now you are meant to be doing like that inward work. Find the Two of Pentacles more for me. Yeah, I just feel like that some of you could have a boss who is like really almost like narcissistic or manipulative. I got the King of Swords. This is someone who doesn't miss a beat, and actually will use their intellect to really take advantage of people, or to really control situations almost in a negative way. We also have the Five of Wands coming out here. So it's like this could potentially also be like who you were with. and you know it constantly feels like a fight or like a struggle, like there's just always like that tense conflict energy where it's just not moving smoothly, you know. And like I feel like with the Two of Pentacles, it's like if it's not one thing, it's another, you know. And it's like a relationship where it's hard to find like that middle ground, like where it's just flowing, you know. It's just one thing or the other. And I feel like Spirit is genuinely trying to lead you away from that, because it's like it doesn't always need to be a battle. Not everything needs to be a conflict. And I feel like there is almost just a sense of like martyrism, because if you look, like the Hangman is holding himself there. All right. And it's like, why are you hanging yourself over it? Why are you really, you know? And so I feel like there's this huge aspect of not being your own worst enemy and allowing yourself, to be the magician that you are, and realizing that you are creating this reality, you know, where you are holding on to these things. And once you assume responsibility and forgive yourself for co-creating that reality, first of all, and then forgive the other people, you know, where you may have been frustrated and upset with them, and blaming them, when in reality you've co-created this reality with them just as much as they have. Okay. And so once you accept responsibility for you being the sole creator of it, then you can collapse these different victim mentalities and these different timelines, you know, where you're giving your power away to all these external sources. That's when you really utilize yourself as the magician. That's when you step back into your power as the master creator of your universe. Okay. So this is very much like an energy of someone, like if you are in alignment with this collective, you are on your way to, you know, really activating the magician. I mean, you already are the magician, because time is an illusion. Okay. We are infinite. Okay. And everything is happening simultaneously, but you are on the conscious cusp of an up leveling where you are going to be co-creating consciously with the universe in your full power. Okay. And so that's where Spirit is leading you right now. Yes. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. You're going to be pulling in that big coin. People are going to be coming to you, paying you for your advice. People are going to be coming to you, you know, trying to call in things, because you are literally going to be stepping into the creator role of your life. Okay. And so there's going to be things that you're going to have to offer, you know, that you're starting to become aware of, you know, every time that you release things that are no longer serving you, and you allow yourself to flow back into your power, flow back into who you really are and where you're meant to be, and not holding on to things that are not for you, you are always going to shift yourself towards more abundance. All right. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Yes, because you are the King of Wands, okay? You are the King of Wands, or you are going to be meeting up with the King of Wands. But I do see this, I feel like the King of Wands has come out because you are meant to be this fiery leader, all right? You are meant to be this passionate person who is really kind of bringing in innovative ideas, or bringing in leadership in a big way to some creative venture or a company. You know, this is someone who gets shit done. This is someone who really handles business. I like this energy. This is someone that I would hang out with. Okay. But, you know, there is this sense of really what you're being called to release is like that jaded, bitchy energy. Like, oh, things are always like happening bad for me. You know, it's very much looking for every bad thing that could go wrong and focusing on that instead of focusing on all of the abundance that you're calling in. It's really shifting out of jaded energy. That's just so big. That's so big. Yup, with the 3 of Swords on the bottom. I didn't even see that. So yeah, there's really like this opportunity to let the past be the past, and to really up level and grow from it, and no longer allow it to define you and to hold you back. Okay. I love you guys. You're doing great.